believe me, she's got such pretty eyes. Come on, have some fun! The music's a-pounding! Shake your bodies!
Put your hands up, this is a gate crash! A little salt should spice up this party. The food's probably inedible anyway.
Stop this! Get out of here! You weren't invited!
Yeah, come on, let's go crazy!
Help! Help! Grandma, help! Clear out of here, you bunch of little rascals, or I'll smash you all in stew! My party is ruined!
SBI, I'm listening.
Sally, 4 masked gatecrashers wrecked Cassie's party. We have to find out who they were. Bring my forensic kit.
You're already on the scene? Great. Okay, I'm on my way. Wow, was there a showdown between a herd of mammoths?
Sally, you have to help me find the gatecrasher who ruined my party!
Okay, but I wasn't invited to your party, was I? So why should I accept your invitation to investigate this?
Well, you can understand. I only invited the top of the class.
That's not fair. Anyway, I'm top in maths.
No, you're not. Martin got a better grade than you in the last test, and Doowee, for example, is always top in physics.
What? You invited Doowee? You were invited and you never said anything. Does solidarity mean anything to you? I thought we backed each other up at the SBI.
Sally, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were not invited.
Oh, yeah? So why didn't you say, see you at Cassie's tonight when we left school?
Sally, I would prefer 1,000 times to be second in physics and not have been invited to this boring bash so we weren't fighting.
Was the bash really boring? Let's not talk about it anymore, okay? We're pros and we're on a case. Did you quiz the other guests?
Well, it was a lightning raid, and in the panic, like me, they didn't have time to see much. So we have 0 leads on the gatecrashers for the moment.
Then we need some other witnesses. You're Cassie's grandmother?
No, I'm Cassie's grandmother. This is Grandma Patricia. She's getting a little hard of hearing. Switch on your hearing aid, Grandma!
So, Grandma Patricia, did you see the gatecrashers?
Well, let's say that I saw them leave. When I arrived, they had already wrecked everything.
So you arrived just after the mayhem?
I saw that the party was going peacefully, so I went into the kitchen to read. I didn't hear Cassie because I mislaid my hearing aid. Usually it's on the stool, but it had been put up on the silver cupboard. Grandma, come and help me! Gatecrashers are wrecking the living room!
So you're David, Cassie's little brother. Tell me, did you see the gatecrashers?
Didn't see anything, I didn't hear anything. I was playing video games in my room. Zombies make more noise than gatecrashers. Anyway, I don't like my sister's parties.
Oh, great. Results of the interrogations? 0.
Anyway, I have lots of forensic evidence to analyze at the SBI. The fingerprints of Christopher, Francis, Nigel, Grandma Patricia, Cassie, Jaya, Albert. At last, on the tablecloth, there's a print that isn't from one of the guests. Let's compare it on the file.
Those prints belong to Matt, the basketball champion. It says he's well known for gate-crashing parties and creating chaos.
That makes him a clear suspect. We'll nab him tomorrow.
Hey, Matt, were you at Cassie's party last night?
No, when I'm not invited, I don't come.
Oh, really? So how come we found your fingerprints all over her place?
Gatecrashing? I've stopped. I'm going straight now. 100%.
I find that hard to believe.
The days when I never got invited anywhere and I got revenge by wrecking parties are over. Find some other suspects.
So what were you doing last night?
Oh, nothing special. I told you I retired. And when my buddies and I went wild, we didn't wear masks, okay? We're not cowards.
You didn't know that there were gatecrashers at Cassie's party. However, you do know that they wore masks. Something doesn't add up.
Ah.
Hey, Matt, get back here if you want your tickets for a ballet. And it's Swan Lake.
Give me those right now!
If you want them back in one piece, you better tell the truth, Matt.
No, don't do that!
Okay, Phil went on and I did gatecrash Cassie's party. Some guy called me. He told me to turn up wearing masks to Cassie's place, and in return, he mailed us tickets to Swan Lake.
Hard to imagine you as a fan of ballet.
Is that a problem for the SBI? Okay, will you give me the tickets now?
Do you promise to be good boys now? You and your 3 best buddies?
Oh, dude, we're not taking the rap for everybody. There was a 4th guy in a mask, but I didn't know him. Maybe that was the guy on the telephone.
That's right. 3 guys came in through the door, but then there were 4 of them on the dance floor. That means the 4th one must have already been inside.
Of course! Doowee, the mastermind of the gang, the one who organised it all, the chief gatecrasher was one of the guests at the party.
I found the mask under Grandma's rocking chair.
That confirms what we thought. Cassie, we have every reason to believe that one of the gatecrashers was one of your guests.
You mean that he took advantage of the chaos to hide the mask in the kitchen? Under Grandma Patricia's chair?
But why would a guest gatecrash? And why hide the mask here? It doesn't make sense.
Your guests? Was there anyone you'd had a quarrel with?
Last week, Francis was a bit miffed with me for copying his history exercise because I got a better grade. So I invited him to my party just so he'd forgive me.
If I might have a word, I remember that Francis was present the whole time, from when the gatecrashers arrived to when they left. He would never have had enough time to hide this under the cushion on the chair.
Well, we'll just have to go and analyse this new evidence in the lab, Doowee.
Nothing. No suspicious fingerprints, not the least trace of DNA. What are you doing?
I'm thinking, what do we know about the boss of the Wild Bunch? 1, he put on his mask while the gatecrashers were there and joined them. 2, he disappeared with them. 3, he returned to hide his mask in the kitchen. How could he have done all that? If we want to understand what happened, I know what we have to do. Reconstruct the crime! Good. Now, Doowee, you be the gatecrashers. You, Cassie, be the scared guests, okay? Get into position. Go!
Hands up! This is a gatecrash!
Cassie, you're not reacting. Weren't the guests frightened?
Well, yes, we were scared stiff, but Dewey's too sweet to play the bad guy. I want to ruffle his hair. Cutie.
Leave your weird ideas till later. Cassie, when the gatecrashers came in, were all the guests facing the front door?
Yeah, when they yelled, hands up, we were all petrified.
So, if at that moment I was here, behind the guests, I can slip on my mask and bingo, I turn into a gatecrasher. Okay, let's go on. Then what happened?
Well, they turned over a heap of stuff, and then they started jumping around on one another. And then by that stage, there were 4 of them.
And you, Cassie, what do you do then?
Well, I say to them, nothing. I call my grandma, but she didn't hear me because she lost her hearing aids.
That's right. There's the story of the lost hearing aid, as if by coincidence. Come on, everybody in the kitchen. The reconstruction continues. So, the hearing aid was moved and put on top of this cupboard. But this cupboard is really high. Whoever did this must have been taller.
Wait, there's something funny about this. Hey, look, Sally. That chair is against the wall today. Yesterday it was beside the cupboard. Maybe the culprit needed it to put the hearing aid up on top.
So he's very short?
Yes, the height of the cupboard from the floor is 1.75 meters. If the culprit had needed a chair, which is approximately 50 centimeters high, our suspect must measure at...
Around 1 meter 20.
1 meter 20? That's tiny. It wasn't a kindergarten party. My guests were much bigger.
But the evidence! It clearly shows that the 4th crasher was rather short.
David, my brother?
David, why did you do it? We don't want to hurt you. We just want to know why. Open the door.
It's just not fair. Cassie had a party at the house and didn't invite me. She said I was too little and I didn't have good enough grades.
I should never have had that rotten party. I've had fights with everybody that I didn't invite. Even my brother hates me. I'm so stupid.
You're not if you've learned that you shouldn't play favourites with your friends. David, I'm sure your sister will forgive you if you apologise.
I'm sorry, Cassie. I'm so sorry.
And the SBI has solved yet another mystery.
And